I'm your host, Brad Teague. Good to see everybody today. Apologize that Steve's not here for you today. He's with the men's basketball team at Wichita State. So that's where Steve is today. But it looks like we got a nice group here today. We've got a nice Monday, busy Monday. This is basketball, beginning of basketball. Like I said, men are at Wichita State. The women are at Kansas State tonight. That's a 5:30 tip for the women, a 7 o'clock for the men. Of course, what we're all doing here today is we're going to go to men's soccer tonight at 6 o'clock. We're in the semifinals, hosting the semifinals of the ASUN Championships. We play Bellarmine. Bellarmine beat Stetson on Saturday, and they had to go to penalty kicks. And I've never seen a 3-0 in a penalty kick. They couldn't make a thing. I was surprised. But anyway, good news for us is they had to play a long match Saturday night. So we have fresh legs because we didn't play, obviously. We had to bye into the semifinals. So looking forward to that. 6 o'clock tonight is the kick on UCA versus Bellarmine. Bellarmine's the 6th seed. They beat Stetson, the 3 seed. And we beat Bellarmine during the year 1-0. So Bellarmine's known for its defense. They don't give up a lot of goals. And we're known for winning. So that's a good combination. We're happy about that. I guess since I've talked so much about men's soccer, we might as well go ahead and segue into Frank. Frank, come on up here and tell them the truth about what I've just talked about, men's soccer.
I know all the coaches appreciate when Dr. Teague kind of puts the pressure on because all we're known for is winning. But it is, in our history of being in Division I, it's the second time we've been able to host a semifinal on the campus. And last year when we did it, we had a great turnout from other athletes, and we hope the coaches that are here will invite their athletes to do so, because it's really special to perform in front of your peers. It's too bad we don't have any really, really old coaches that I could have performed in front of my peers. But some of our friends that are here that are younger than I am, I'd appreciate if you guys came out. That'd be great. But the guys have done well to earn this 2nd seed. And, everybody when you walk in say, "Hey, Frank, are you ready? Are you ready?" Heck yeah, I'm ready. But it doesn't really matter whether I'm ready or not, because, the question should be, Frank, have you gotten your team ready? And then I'd say, well, between 6 and 8, we will find out. Because at this point in the season, you never know what's going to show up for either team. But we do appreciate our chances. We feel like our field is in the best shape it can be in under the conditions that it's had to go through. We've asked the volleyball team and the volleyball girls to bring their towels out in case there's puddles anywhere that they could dry up. And in case there's any hooligans out there, I've asked Coach Brown if he could bring the football team out to take care of any hooligans that might show up from Kentucky. Is anyone here from Kentucky? Okay. Oh, we are videoing this, so there might be some hooligans come, and we might need taking care of them. Somehow.
Siri just said, "Here's what I found." I guess she's
about hooligans.
in Kentucky.
Siri, she's always on the ball. But we're excited about it. Grateful to have the seasons we've had. I always try and point out how grateful I am to be in the situation to get to coach these guys here at UCA and to be a part of the Purple Bear organization. So appreciate it. Hope you'll come out. The guys are, really good to watch. They work hard. They play hard. And, since I got in trouble earlier in the season, I've been good even. So I haven't even been sarcastic. And I didn't say that in a sarcastic way. No, it's the honest truth. I not had a yellow card. I mean, several of the referees had said, Frank, I enjoyed working with you today. So it's a great experience. And that's not sarcastic either. So please come out and any questions about the difference between being sarcastic and not being sarcastic? All right, so come on out and watch us play, please. Thank you.
Frank, it's nice to hear that you're getting some good feedback from the officials. That's excellent. We saw where there's an Andrew officiating tonight, and we had to make sure what that last name of Andrew was. So not the same one. That's good. You'll have good feedback tonight then. So 3 contests today, 3 contests on Friday as well. The women's basketball team plays at 10:30 a.m. Yes, 10:30 a.m. against the team in Fayetteville. And that's a kids' day in Fayetteville that day. So 10:30 a.m., that'll be on the radio for you to hear. It's probably on ESPN Plus, but I don't know. Steve would know. I don't know. I'll find out. We will tweet it out. We will communicate it in many ways. Right, Ryan? Thanks. On campus, we have 2 events Friday. At 5:30, we play men's basketball versus Hendricks. Hendricks is in the same city as Conway, if you didn't know. And so used to be a big rivalry of ours, and hopefully it's not so much anymore. This is a game called Salute to Service, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about that game. 5:30, Salute to Service, and our assistant coaches have been working very hard with Jerry McGillum on campus. He's our Director of Governmental Affairs, and so what we are having is it's a Veterans Day Classic. We're going to have a special uniform. We're going to have a lot of things going on that day, but most importantly, there will be about 30 cadets taking their oath of service at halftime, and we'll have some special guests there, including the base commander, Colonel James O'Brien from Little Rock coming up, so it should be a very nice night. That's at 5:30 because we play volleyball at 7. 7 o'clock in the Print Center is volleyball. It's senior night. Come out and see. We have 3 seniors this year, so a lot of underclassmen, and future looks bright for that program for sure. All right, and so those are the 3 events on Friday. Saturday, we play football at Stephen F. Austin, who I would call a rival, a good old rival of ours that we've played many times, so looking forward to that as well. And let's talk about volleyball real quick. So volleyball, over the weekend, swept Queens on Friday night, 3-0, and then lost to Liberty 3-0 yesterday. Liberty is the number 1 team in the conference. We are now tied in a 3-way tie for 3rd place with Jacksonville State and Lipscomb. The tournament is at Lipscomb. So we have 2 matches left. We play at home against Austin Peay again this Friday, 7 o'clock senior night, and then we go to Sunday, we go to Kennesaw State. So I'm sure, John, you'll tell us kind of where we may land in a seeding application, but either way, we're heading to Lipscomb next week for the ASUN Championships. Coach Newberry.
We went out on the field during the rain a few days ago just to see how the towels work. So Frank will be out there. The girls are professionals after that one match that we had where it was raining inside as well as outside, so we will definitely be there for that. But we're excited for today. We're going to get done with practice a little bit early, get the girls done with dinner, and then we're going to be out there. They've been so excited. They're making signs and everything. Last time we were out there, our girls got a little bit too rowdy. They got told to keep their hands behind the line by one of the referees, so that was a new one. We're used to yellow cards as well, but luckily there's been 0 coaches that have received a yellow card this year, so you're still holding the record. So congratulations on that as well. So anyways, a lot to look forward to with no sarcasm. I'm excited to watch what you have not to say. But it was a fun weekend. So Bellarmine, they've been at Queens, they've been at the bottom of the conference, brand new to Division I, and a little undersized. We're undersized, but they're also very undersized for the upper part of this conference. The ASUN, we have I think it's 5 teams that are in the top 100 right now, and that's impressive, very, very impressive. So there's a few Power 5 programs that don't have that many, Power 5 conferences that don't have that many in the top 100. So just to let you know that, and for us to be sitting in 3rd place, yesterday we were in 2nd place. Just to be up there it's been incredible. I talked to one of my seniors yesterday on the phone, just checking on her, because yesterday it took a toll on us. That they wanted that ball game so bad. We would have won. We would have had 1st place. We'd be tied there in 1st place, and had the head-to-head on that. So that mentally they wanted it so bad, but we got on the court, and that's all they could think about. I just want to win so bad that they just couldn't process information. We had a game plan that just got thrown out the window on the 3rd or 4th point, and then we just kind of had to fight through that. And then we knew in the 3rd set I could call a timeout, find a rally, but there was no need to. So we just went ahead and licked our wounds on that one. We'll regroup today, watch some film, and see what we can learn to get ready for this weekend. So we've got Alexis Stumbo, and she's the only one that's been here for 4 years. She came here as a want to do pre-vet, probably one of the most interesting official visits I've ever had, or unofficial visits I've ever had in my life, when we went over to the Lewis Science Center. That is a conversation we have outside of this public setting. But it was interesting. It was fun. It's memorable and makes the recruiting process interesting. So she came here pre-vet. She's wanting to major in psychology, wants to get into medical sales, and be an entrepreneur that way. So things always change. The other senior is going to be Kendall Haywood. She's a 5th-year super senior. I recruited her a long time ago. I've known her since she was 12 years old, just through camps and stuff. But she is the graduate transfer from the University of Houston. She's a supply chain degree at the University of Houston, and she's in business MBA program here at UCA and loves it. But she's been a great addition to our program. Then the last one, I know she's listed online as a junior, but she's actually, it's technically her 4th year. She had a red shirt because of a blown ACL knee situation, and she's one of our seniors. One of the nicest kids that you'll ever meet. But she's here. She came here to UCA because of the speech therapy program. Very, very bright kid. Anyway, so those are our 3. So I hope you guys can show up to help honor these guys. Anna Myers. Sorry, Anna Myers. Thank you. Yeah, I'm already moving on to Austin P right now. I want to win. Austin P this weekend. So, we're looking forward to these guys. They're a physical team. They're a scary team. They've got a lot of length and a lot of I guess athleticism at the net. If you might have saw that yesterday, we struggled pretty hard with the net. And those guys, they were listed at 6'2" on their roster. That was an absolute lie. They were 6'4" or taller. They were some big women. They were tall, and they could jump really, really well too. Anyway, so Austin P's got a little bit of that, but hopefully we can take care of business in 3. That's the game plan. But thank you guys so much for coming out, and hopefully see you on Friday.
Thanks, John. And so we beat Austin P at Austin P. What was that? Was that a 3-0, 3-1? What did we do there? 3-1. Good. Okay. So play well. We'll be fine. That'd be nice. Senior night, 7 o'clock in the Prince Center on Friday. All right. Football. Football Bears played at Eastern Kentucky on Saturday. That loss dropped us to 3-1 in the ASUN, which means we can still go 4-1 in the ASUN and win the ASUN. So I'm sure that's the goal of our team, and I'm sure it is. We start, though, out of conference this weekend at Stephen F. Austin. That's a 4 p.m. game, and then we come home on Senior Day, Military Appreciation Day, November 19th. That's also a 4 p.m. kick against Jacksonville State. So, Coach Brown, thank you, sir.
I want to echo what John said a little bit about his match this weekend, trying to get that overall number 1 seed. I think that's similar to what we felt this past weekend. at Eastern Kentucky. I think our guys wanted that game so bad that we played tight. I think, as loose as we played and as good as we played the last few weeks, it didn't bleed over. Now, I'll give a ton of credit to Eastern Kentucky and their program. Coach Wells and his staff have done a good job recruiting. They got a ton of length, a ton of size, speed. They looked the part. Matter of fact, best looking team we played just on the hoof probably all year, other than obviously Ole Miss, and they played that way. But I just think we played wanting to win so bad that we made some errors and some mental stuff that we haven't done the last few weeks. Eastern Kentucky's a senior-laden team. They've got a lot of guys returning. I mentioned it last week. They had 24 seniors, 18 of those being in the two deep, and you could tell. They were leaning on us a little bit throughout the game. They handled the circumstances of the elements. It was the windiest game I played in since a home game against Abilene Christian in 2017. We had to really kind of strategically plan which way we were going with the football. If you were watching it on TV or if you were listening to the radio, it definitely for the first three quarters could not have done it justice unless you were there. I've never seen we were kicking the ball deep. They did it twice. We were kicking off our first touchdown with 7-7 game. We were kicking the ball deep right, and the ball literally landed on the 35. I mean, that's how hard the wind was blowing. So we had wind gusts up to 30 miles per hour. I didn't think Will handled that very well, especially throwing, and you would think this opposite, especially throwing with the wind. And actually, their kids struggle more throwing with the wind. We were actually able to be more productive in the pass game throwing into the wind, and sometimes you can control the trajectory of the ball a little better with that as opposed to it carrying the football. So a disappointing weekend all in all. But as Dr. Teague mentioned, again, we're in my message to the guys, not only on the field after the game Saturday night, but last night in our team meeting was that feeling we had coming off the field was a pretty sucky feeling. All right, you didn't make it a 4-quarter game. It kind of got stretched out there in the third quarter. They handled coming out of halftime better than we did. We made some adjustments. We just weren't able to execute on those adjustments. But that feeling we had coming off the field, we had given the prior 3A Sun teams we played the same feeling. So I talk to our guys all the time about a big window. You're always looking forward and a little rear view mirror to look back on what you learned. But I wanted them guys to look back and know we can do that, and we have done that this year, right? We put teams out of their misery and ran them off the field going into the fourth quarter, 3 of the 4 games we played in this ASUN conference. So that's encouraging. That's put us in a position of where we are. And like I told our guys we put ourselves in that position as far as the ASUN conference goes to basically give yourself 2 shots, right? Like we had a shot at Eastern Kentucky to basically, at least win a share of the conference title, if not the sole possession of the conference title. Now we have a chance in 2 weeks. Again, I know that's 2 weeks away. I'll speak about SFA in a second. But in 2 weeks to at least win a share of the title. And so we put ourselves in that spot, and our guys have to remember that and understand that we played good football, and we'll get that back. I promise. We're definitely going to coach that back into our guys, and I'm going to do a better job of making our guys relax, helping our guys relax. Don't get too tense. Don't try to do too much. Don't put yourselves in a position to be so in a mindset that I have to win this game or I want to win this game that you don't do your best and relax and play football. So we flipped the script again to a non-conference game in SFA. Now there's a lot of similarities there. We played SFA quite a bit over the years, being an old Southland Conference rival. A lot of familiarity with that staff and their program. And so this is a big game. It's our final road test of the year, and another opportunity, hopefully, to give the ASUN another big win against a non-conference opponent. I think that's important through this whole process, is that we continue to do a good job in non-conference play against parallel FCS conference teams. Again, preseason top 10 team. SFA was. They're not having the year that everyone expected them to necessarily have. They're sitting at 5-4. I think they're right at the top or second. I think they're in second right now, maybe in the ASUN conference standing. So they're right there. They're going to be basically playing their final weekend against Abilene Christian for their conference title. Is the position they're in as well. So they've got a lot on the line as well in these last 2 weeks for their program. But once again, a team that they're having an up and down year, but a team that's very dangerous. Again, I mentioned last week that Eastern Kentucky had 24 seniors. Well, SFA has 27 seniors, and 22 of those are in the two deep. So we're playing a senior-laden team, so we play them on senior night. They're going to have 27 seniors walking across the field, and that's something we've got to be ready for because they've seen it, they've been there, they've done it, they've had success. They were a playoff team last year. Coach Carthel does a great job there. He's recruited well to that program. They're similar as far as stature and size and length to the Eastern Kentucky team we just played. A very long, good-looking team on the hoof. So, we're gonna go play good football. I don't have any question about that. Get on the road again and go put our best foot forward and put ourselves in a position to hopefully have a good taste in our mouth going into the last weekend. I think that's the goal in this whole deal is that. But again, as I told our guys, man, if you're still playing for something in November, which we are. Then that's a big deal. 75 to 80% of the teams at the FCS level are playing for nothing right now. They're playing for nothing. They haven't earned the right, whether it's in their conference or whether it's at an at-large bid. You look at the numbers, 75 to 80% teams aren't playing for anything. And so our guys have 2 weeks to play for something. And so that's a big deal. And so our guys understand that and recognize that. And we plan on putting a better product on the field this week, obviously, than we did going to Eastern Kentucky. Hopefully we'll be a little more healthy this week. Just looking at injury-wise, if that question was to come up, we fully expect Darius Hale to be able to go this week. He was a game-time scratch. He went through warm-ups, felt pretty good. When he hit that last gear, he felt that hamstring tighten up just a little bit. Another couple days rest, we feel like we're going to have an opportunity to get our Darius, who's having an All-American type season, back, hopefully in the backfield. I thought in his absence, Colin James and Trice Smith did an admirable job. There's no doubt about it. But again, you can't replace a guy like Darius. We need him back, and hopefully he'll be in the fold and into the mix this week. Other than that, we're just sitting with some bumps and bruises. Bumps and bruises. Guys, nobody feels good this time of year playing football. I mean, you're going into week 10, week 11, whatever it is, off a bye week. That's everybody's strapping it up and putting ice bags on and getting through the season. So our guys recognize that. Our coaching staff recognizes that. We're going to change some of our stuff up in practice. I thought we looked a step slow on Saturday. I'm going to lighten the load a little bit on them this week, just so we can be fresher on Saturday. I mean, I thought we looked a little sluggish at times. And maybe that was just me, and maybe that's just me being critical. But I thought we looked a little slow and a step slow. We're not a slow football team. We've proven that we can go, and so we're going to change some things up. And actually, I was telling some people when I walked in, I was a little later than I normally am. We're actually because of the NCAA, we give them Tuesdays off now because of Election Day. So usually Tuesday's our work day, and Wednesday's our work day. Well, Tuesday our players will have off, and we're flipping the script, and we're practicing today. So it's a little bit different of a schedule this week for us as a program, but one we've adjusted and we'll be fine with. And we're basically making our Tuesday a Monday and our Monday a Tuesday is all we're doing. We're just flipping the script. And so it's an opportunity for our players and all athletes to go vote on Election Day. That was something NCAA put forth a couple of years ago. So obviously a good opportunity for our program and guys to do that if they choose. So excited about the opportunity. Look, we're going to be good. I promise. We're going to be good, Judge Baker. We're going to get them big boys up front. We're going to move the pile again, and we're going to get it going.
Do you expect the passing to pass more than run?
I do. They've got a senior quarterback. He's right at 10,000 yards for his career. Trey Self is his name. A very good football player. Has ability to run the ball as well, but a very good passer. We'll see the best receiver we'll see all year in Xavier Gibson. He's just a dynamic kid. Matter of fact, the last two times we played them, they've scored 35 points on us. They scored 28 on us last year. Defense played really well, but they scored one late, and they scored 7 in 2019. So we played them in 2019, 2021. Xavier Gibson scored 4 of those 5 touchdowns, that receiver. So we've got to do a good job of knowing where he's at. Their passing game is really effective. Trey Self's experience, just similar to Parker McKinney we just played at Eastern Kentucky, just an older quarterback that's seen it all. And has great ability to throw the football. So they've got a good running game, big and long, physical offensive line, but I would expect them to try to get the ball out and throw the ball around a little bit. Any more questions? Thank you, guys.
I've talked enough. Anything we have not mentioned that I should? Daryl, you good? Coach Beard, he should be standing up here by me, Coach Beard, since we won last week. Right, Matt? Huh? Okay. Anyway, inside story. If there's nothing else to say, no questions, then, man, y'all have a great week, and we'd love to see you at our contest tonight and this Friday. And otherwise, go Bears, go Sugar Bears. Bear claws up.